Welcome to episode 1 of What a Waste. My name's Thomas. We're here at our yard in Saltley, Birmingham, where Tom's Tippers and Caller Skip both operate out of. We're starting our YouTube journey with a crash damaged truck from Copart. We're hoping to turn it into a bit of a show truck and then put it out to work on the road, and it's hopefully going to turn up any second now, or well, to this afternoon, so we'll have to wait and see.
So the question is, have you seen it yet?
Only on photos.
Oh.
We did a blind auction, well, not a blind auction, you get to see, it's a timed auction at Copart. So we've bidded on, or we've won a bid on a 2018 Volvo 8x4 tipper, been in a front end crash. The photos didn't look too bad, that's why we decided to go for it. But obviously it's due to turn up this afternoon. And yeah, I think it's around the corner now, so let's go have a look.
What's he doing, reversing?
I'm not sure, I think actually he's going to go back and pull in.
What's your first impressions?
Buff out.
Hey?
It'll buff out.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look too bad actually.
New radiator, definitely.
No, yeah.
And it says no brakes on the door.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, to be honest. I'd say they've just wound them off to so I can move it around. Because if it's dead and it won't start, the air won't build up, so it won't.
True.
You can't move it. Yeah, he's going to have to just pull it in. Looks like it was an old Hanson's lorry.
But they've kind of not very well spray painted it.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we can get that off. Just park next to the soil for now, Pat.
That is a look of what am I going to do to fix this? Any second thoughts yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. You wouldn't mind it looking like this one though, would you? Yeah, we'd like to put all the lights and the horn on it. I bet you wish you hadn't took this job on. Well, it looks pretty rusty,
Hey?
Considering it isn't that old, it must have been sitting for a while because it looks proper rusty. The doors look, I was a bit concerned the doors, if the actual cab itself was damaged, the doors would be bent and they wouldn't close, but they both seem like they're closing on their own. So hopefully it's not too bad. We'll find out in a minute. Hopefully we get a set of keys. I don't know if it comes with a set of keys. It said on the Copart listing it does, but that can mean anything at times. In there is the world's most untidy workshop.
So just to confirm, you bought this without seeing it first?
Yeah, completely. Obviously we saw the pictures on Copart.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had a figure in mind that we wanted to pay for it, and it didn't go for that figure. So we just kind of was like, oh, screw it, we'll put a bid in, and it got accepted, and we won it, and it got accepted. So we thought, yeah, let's go for it.
Maybe the other people saw it in person and thought,
You're not allowed to see them at Copart.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Huh.
You're only allowed to go off the pictures and the description. As far as I'm aware, you're not allowed to go and visit, because you'd be inundated with people trying to visit looking at things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it only looks like front end damage. It's literally the moment you lift that bonnet up and see the rest of it.
Oh no, there's nothing there.
Yeah. Yeah, so the doors, okay. Yeah, this must have been sitting for a while. The engine is still in there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's definitely been sitting for a while. I saw the steering wheel's moulded.
Nice. It's quite a strong smell coming from the inside as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't see a key either. Really moulded.
Any regrets yet?
Maybe. I'm not sure what this looks. I don't know whether they've had it up and just not put the carpet back, or whether the actual cab in the middle's come up. Yeah, we'll have to get the bonnet up and have a look, but I don't actually, I've never worked on a Volvo, so I don't know where the bonnet lift is for these. Trying to buy a truck wheel.
I'm alright actually.
Did they give you a key for this, pal? Oh, they did. Yeah, okay, it has got a key. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if that was the cab or...
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, dear.
It's quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Good job the viewers can't smell that.
Yeah, it doesn't quite close on its own, no, does it? Or does it? Oh, it does.
I wouldn't say that was closed.
Yeah, cab's gone.
What, the whole cab? The whole cab?
So tell us the news that the recovery driver has just told you.
Bad news, definitely bad news.
Yeah.
So we thought it was just a front end shunt, but the actual chassis and the tunnel, the transmission tunnel here, has been butchered. So either the cab's got to come off and be straightened in a jig, but I don't think that's going to work, or we just take the cab off, buy a new shell, swap all the interior bits over, and then drop a cab back on. His words, not mine. So the next task is we've got to try and get it in there, because it is going to be sitting for a little bit.
So have you now found out why it was so cheap?
Yeah. It's still not too bad, I don't think. Yeah, so if you look down the side from the camera from there, all of this should be straight like here.
And it's
So obviously
not.
the impact, even though when we thought looking at the pictures, the impact was on the windscreen, it's actually not, it's been here, and that's what's caused the windscreen to crack as this has folded back and been pushed back. I'd love to know what it hit. I'd say, actually thinking about it, it's gone into the back of a low loader trailer or something, so it's hit, whatever it's hit it here, so at like chest height, whereas in the pictures it looked like it had hit it up there. Gonna be more than a couple of episodes, this one will. It's definitely gonna be more than a couple of episodes. I mean, it's not gonna be a short project, like it's gonna take me a while, because we're only gonna do a bit at a time. Yeah.
And did I hear one of your drivers say that the back end will only last a few months?
It depends, because obviously at the minute they're running steel-bodied tippers, which is, they're smaller, but they're for like all-round purposes, so they can do soil, concrete, as well as aggs, where this is more just for aggs. This is more for just running quarried and recycled aggregates. You can't really drop massive lumps of concrete in it because it'll just bow the sides out, which is fine, because we've got enough work for both. Yeah, so initial thoughts are this is definitely a bigger job than we thought. So, there is engine oil in it now, so.
That's a good start.
Yeah, I mean, because we've never bought anything from Copart, I have heard horror stories where they drain the oil out and all sorts of carry on, and like if you try and start it with like no oil in it, you'll just ruin it. We were hoping for just kind of replacing the radiator, replacing all the front lights, and it being not too bad a fix, but it looks like, yeah, all the cab mounts have been pushed back, and in so it's bent the tunnel here. And obviously this crash bar, or so, I don't know if it's classed as a crash bar on these. So we think we might have to replace the cab shell as well, but I'll have to get someone in to give their professional opinion on that before we do anything. But it was down as repairable, so God loves a tryer.
All the gloves are out.
Gloves are out. Again, never worked on Volvos before, so this is a new one for us, but they're all very much of a muchness, I hope. Yeah, battery box is going to be behind here somehow. Ta-da! That looks pretty new, actually. Let's jump it and see what happens. So unlike cars, these run on 24 volts. So there are two batteries on them, not just one. Oh. So we've got power. Oh, we have got power. Do you want to see?
Will it start?
So it runs.
Did you just turn it off, or did it?
I turned it off because obviously the radiator's bent at the front. There's no coolant in it, so you don't want to leave it running for too long.
But it starts.
But it starts.
Do you know what I think the best idea is?
What's that?
Get the batteries on charge.
Yeah, so it's done 348,000 kilometres, which I don't actually know what that is in miles.
About 200,000.
Yeah, it's about 200,000 miles, so yeah. And again, you don't know if some of these are like long hauls, so they could be literally going like Scotland to London.
Yeah.
And they do like one load a day, and then they'll do a load back again. Yeah, that's really positive that it starts though. So it starts, yeah. It's got no coolant in it though, but.
Be going out in the morning.
Yeah, I'll cut it out, be alright. It does need a new one of them, Joe.
New radiator.
It needs a new cab, I think, Bob looks at it, because this crash bar is damaged at the front.
Okay, new crash bar. Is that what you got again?
We might have to put a whole new cab on it. Yeah, that's not going to stay down. But yeah, in the meantime, while I get someone to come and have a professional look at that and decide what route we're going to go down, this is not what we do at all. This is just something we want to try and do for YouTube and try and maybe put it in a show. Come and have a look at the rest of the things we do here. So yeah, here at Call a Skip, we've been, it's a family-run business. They've been a waste management and skip hire company for over 30 years. We also run a aggregates and haulage company called Tom's Tippers. That's been going for about 7 to 8 years. Don't fact check me on that, but I think that's roughly how long it is. And in the yard here, just from the outskirts above the centre of Birmingham, we take in domestic and commercial waste. We also take in aggregates and inert material, and we try and recycle as much as physically possible. So let me just show you all the different materials we produce within our transfer station. So to start with, we've got a recycled aggregate, which is classed as a 6F2. So that is crushed and used for piling mats and ground builder on large-scale construction projects. We've got wood waste, which has been picked out of all the skips that have been brought back into the yard. So all this material goes for shredding, which goes to power plants. That could be in a separate video. We might show you how they do that. We might go up to the site in Meriden. We also recycle plasterboard and gypsum material. That mainly comes from large-scale new build projects, where when they're cutting, have the offcuts from the plasterboard walls when they do the installs, we take in a large amount of plasterboard waste. Any scrap metal that comes in the skips, we also recycle all of that, whether it's light iron like you see here, brass, copper, wire, aluminium, lead, batteries, anything that comes in a skip, we'll try and recycle it, because obviously the more money we can save on tipping fees and any revenue we can get back from that, you know, it's better for ourselves, and obviously it's better for the environment because we're doing more recycling. We also recycle green waste, and obviously this time of year is very busy for us because a lot of people are doing gardens, so they're cutting up their trees, cutting the bushes. This dies down in the winter. We don't have anywhere near as much. At the minute, we're probably doing an Arctic load a week. In the winter, November, January, we're doing an Arctic load every month. So that's quite a seasonal material that we get in. We then take in inert soils, so any dig outs for your extensions, anything like that, where access is tight and you can't get a grab wagon or an 8-wheeler in, we'll put a skip in for you, and obviously you can fill it with your inert material. And obviously that comes back here, is bulked up onto an 8-wheeler, and then it is taken to an inert recycling facility or landfill. All the material you see here is material that we can't currently recycle ourselves on site, or we can't segregate efficiently. So anything here we class as transfer waste. So this gets bulked up. We probably do about 5 Arctics a week, 1 a day, of this sort of material going out the yard. It goes to another larger transfer station where they reprocess it again, take any tiny bits of material that they can use, any small bits of metal was missed, any small bits of wood, they shred it down, and then it ends up going to a power station for something classed as EWF, which is energy from waste. So this will be used to heat or power homes. Here, just outside of Birmingham city centre, we run a fully licensed waste transfer station. If you hold a waste carrier's licence, you can come here, use our fully licensed weighbridge, and you can tip your material on a weight basis. We're currently charging around £175 a tonne for material, minimum charge of half a tonne at £90. So if you do need to tip any material with us, give us a call or give us a WhatsApp on the WhatsApp number that will be somewhere on the screen. Thank you for watching episode 1. This is just a brief, this was obviously just an introduction into what we're planning to do over the coming weeks. So obviously we plan to rebuild the crash damaged Volvo and see what stories that brings. Then after that, as long as we can get that on the road and add it to the fleet, we're going to delve more into what we do in the recycling side of things, what challenges that faces. We are going to go visit some places that reprocess the material, so we'll hopefully go and see how the wood's reprocessed, have a scrap metals reprocessed, how we reprocess recycled aggregates, anything else we can think of along the way. So thanks for watching episode 1, and we'll see you next week when I get my overalls on and we get cracking with the Volvo. Peace out, mother. Here, just outside of Birmingham city centre, we run the that's the world's best transfer station.